respected principal, staff members, and students and other stakeholders in education. We are here in context of NEP 2020 effects and effects. Dr. Vinay Yadav is our main source person expert. I myself, on behalf of Management Committee, Akal Degree College Masthuana Sahib, Principal, Akal Degree College Masthuana, staff, teaching, non-teaching, students, all participants and other stakeholders in education present in the webinar. Welcome to Dr. Vinay Ji from the core of my heart.
Thank you.
Dr. Vinay Yadav is doctorate from CSIR IHBT Palampur HP on transgenic plants with manipulated secondary metabolites. He has many awards and recognitions to his credit. One of them is All University CBT Excellence Award for his excellent work during doctoral research program. He has provided voluntary services in Medical College Faridkot for initiating the testing of corona samples in Punjab. He has trained manpower during the corona outbreak as a member of COVID lab project and has helped the establishment of corona testing labs in different parts of Punjab. He was awarded as True Corona Warrior by HDFC for his voluntary services during the COVID-19 epidemic. He has vast academic contributions. He has contributed more than 40 research articles, has contributed a book also, has completed one research project, and another research project has been sanctioned. He has worked as postdoctoral researcher in NIPGR, New Delhi. I again welcome to Dr. Vinay Ji from the core of my heart and will request him to present his presentation on NEP 2020 effects and effects.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Joginder, for your good words for my, as a brief introduction of my professional career, and I would like to really appreciate your efforts as well as the principal ma'am for inviting me and for just approval of this very immediate presentation within the 2 and 3 days. And as I know, all of you are the staff members, so definitely it will be very beneficial for all of us. At least you must know what is the basics, what is the effect and effects of NEP 2020. And feel free to interrupt in between the presentation also, ask any question in between the presentation. So it is your presentation and I am just a speaker to help you to know much better about the NEP 2020. And if you are feeling comfortable with the English, then no issue. Otherwise I can speak in Hindi also, but and little bit Punjabi also. So dear friends, as a faculty member, all of you know, we are recently in 2020, our Prime Minister released this NEP 2020 and this Government of India is highly determined to implement it as soon as possible. So there is a enigma regarding the NEP 2020. What is the NEP 2020? How will we implement? And there is another issue in our minds also. That policies are not easy to implement in our India. So sometimes we are also mocking about this NEP 2020. कि इसका तो कुछ नहीं होगा because there is no fund about it. So today we will understand comprehensive evaluation of this NEP 2020 and we will be ready actually within the 1 and the 2 years. All of we will have to focus for the NEP 2020 as soon as possible. So let me permit to share my slides here, and you know very well NEP 2020 is not just a one-day job. It was happening even before the independence. So there are not only, this is not the first policies that was implemented in our Government of India, but this is only first policy that is able to produce the major transformation reforms in the education sectors. You know very well, our fathers and the grandfathers, they spoke English very well and all of them were intellectuals, basic grassroots intellectuals. But this our generation and the next generation means our small kids, they are far away from the natural sciences. They are far away from the grassroots innovations. They are far away from the, you can say, basic thinkings. They are much more oriented towards the Western styles. So now the education policies that was earlier implemented in the 1968 and the 1986. So now these policies are not somewhere relevant to the current scenario of the lifestyle, because after 20 years everything is changed from one country to the another country, because now after implementation of this mobile services and telecom revolution in the telecom sectors, now things are moving very fast. So you know very well this COVID vaccine, earlier vaccine development is around 10 years process, but now we achieved these vaccines within the 1 years. So please think about it, things are moving very fast. If we are not upgrade with the latest innovations, latest lifestyles, latest way of the working, then definitely we will be very aged before we are attaining the biological age process. So that's a way this NEP 2020 is somehow late in this release in the implemented in term of the government of by the government of India, but still it has useful significance in the scopes in term of its implementation, in term of its effectiveness. So that's the reason that I am here today, and I would like to start with the education progress in our country. You know, UGC, University Education Commission, that was first of all established in 1948 and the 49 to take care of only few universities, and they are taking only just 4 to 5 universities, but then finally they come up with a very mega regulatory control, and now they are regulating each and every different university. Right now we have more than 800 universities, around more than 1200 otherwise, and we have more than 40,000 colleges in our country. And it is very difficult for the UGC to manage and to regulate each and every college and each and every university. Now, this UGC is almost abolished in this new education policy, but it is the first pioneer institution in our country after independence that take care of the early educations, take care of the pioneer education after independence. Then there is another commission that was set up in the 1952 and the 1953, because up to 96, 1960 and the 1970, if you come past the 10th standards, that enough to get the job. So then that's why there is a secondary education commission that set up was in the 1952 and the 1953. Then the first education commission was sanctioned and released in the 1964 under DS Kothari. So that's why that is also called the Kothari commissions, with lot of the suggestions, lot of the points to change the education setup of our country. But the first policies that was released in the era of Indira Gandhi, that is the 1968, and that is the national policy on the education. So first time India drafted some policies on the education. So they emphasize the importance of this education for our country. Then there is some change in the constitutional amendment in the 1976. So they put the education in the co-current list. In the co-current list, it is not only the central government, but state government can also regulate the education related implementations as well as the drafting the rules and the regulations. Then the second policies that come up in the 1986. In the 1986, it was again the Rajiv Gandhi, the son of the Indira Gandhi, who recommended or released these policies. Then again there is a little bit modification of this national policy on the education in the 1992 by P.V. Narasimha Rao, again the Congress party. But after 1992 there was no change. It was the same thing that we carry on from the 1986. Now it was difficult actually. The education policies that was set up in the 1986, when there was no computer, when there is no online classes, when there is no too much higher standards, higher education. Yeah, you know, there is the definition of the job in the 1986 and today is totally changed from each other. So that's a reason that there was a immediate demands, requirements to come up with a new education policies, and it was only 2000 when there is a request to please come up with the new education policies by the different policy makers. So finally, Subramaniam Committee released its report in the 2016. but this reports was set up by the Congress, and then there is a BJP government, so they rejected this reports. Then they again set up another committee under the supervision of the Kasturi Ranjan, and finally that report was submitted in the 31st May 2019 and first approved by the 29th July 2020. So this thing happened during the Corona periods. And before I would like to go ahead to give you the brief introduction about the positive merits and the demerits of the new education policy, I would like to quote a few dialogues in our constitutions. So our constitution article, that is the 45 and the 39th of directive principle of the state policies, according to them, the state funded as well as the equitable and the accessible education is required for each and every one. Then there is an amendment of the 42 amendments to the constitution in the 1976 that moved the education from states to the concurrent list. Earlier it was the state affairs, but after shifting it from the state to the concurrent list, now what happened, the states only take care of the primary education as well as the little bit higher education. Then there is a center who is taking care of higher education, just like the universities for the master program, for the PhD program. So education policies by the center governments provide a broad direction and state governments are implemented to follow it, just like the UGC. UGC क्या करता है? They make some policies and separate those policies to the different universities. Universities further spread those forward those policies to the state governments colleges, and these colleges have to follow up. Only उनके पास जो भी आता है उनको करना पड़ता है, but this is not a mandatory. So some states are not following the same instruction that is released by the MHRD via the UGC or the different university. Then again there is an amendment in the 2002, that is the 86th amendment, that made education as an enforcement right under Article 21A. So now it is a rights of each and everyone to take the educations. Now what happened during the consultation process? This is the first consultation process of Government of India that is really inclusive. Inclusive means it include each and everyone who is concerned about the education of our country. So nearly 2.5 lakhs Gram Panchayat. Oh, then 6,600 blocks, 6,000 ULBs and 676 districts. From there, they got the representation regarding this NEP 2020 and they analyze each and everything. So finally, they drafted in the 2019 summary in the 22 languages. 22 languages में इसको इन्होंने transfer किया था. Then education, further there is a dialogues with the different MPs like Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Telangana, Tamil. 3-year course is from 3 to 5 and from 6 to 8, 3 years. So remember, the other important points is that there is no clear-cut final exam in between shifting from this point to the these points. No from this point 3rd to the 5th. No from 6 to the 8. But yes, when the person is moving from this slab to this slab, students from this slab to this slab, then they have to appear the exams. So 3 years. Secondary stage, all of you know very well. So there are the 4 different stages. The first is the secondary stage, that is the most important. Multidisciplinary study, critical thinking, flexibility in the choice of the subject. So this is the second structure. 4th में, तो यहाँ पे क्या करना पड़ेगा? Critical thinking. You know very well, critical thinking is really lacking among even us also. So now Government of India is thinking that each and every citizen of our country must have critical thinking. Only then they compare themselves with the other countries' citizens like Chinese and this USA. Flexibility in the choice of the subjects. So sometimes we got that some students are very good in the history, but they would like to pursue the mathematics. They also would like to pursue the botany subject. So earlier there was clear demarcation. Okay, if you are taking the history, you are not allowed to read the botany. Okay, if you are taking the mathematics, so you are not ready to take up the drawing along with the maths. So कौन बताएगा ये? क्यों बताते हैं ये हमें? So it was, now that thing is not here. If someone is reading the botany, so they can simultaneously take the history also, they simultaneously take the drawing subject also, or something like that. Middle stage means experimental learning, so they give some experiments to learn the concept in the science, maths, arts, social sciences, as well as the humanities. That is the middle age, this age. Preparatory age is just only 3 years, so this is the preparatory age. It is the play discovery activity based interactive classroom learning. So there is no books actually during the preparatory stage, and foundation stage just go and play by the different activity. So this stage is the foundation stage, this is the preparatory, this is the middle age, so secondary education, and this is all about the total pedagogy. So finally the students start the exact reading of the content from this class, 6th class. But before 6th class, they have to learn so many things from the activity based. You know, all students are not good in the reading, but very good in the thinking, many students, because they don't know the read, so वो पीछे रह जाते हैं और फिर धीरे धीरे उनको फील होने लग जाता है कि हमें पढ़ाई कम आती है और वो पढ़ाई से दूर भागना लग जाते हैं. तो यहाँ पर क्या है, यहाँ पर बच्चा जो अच्छा है किसी भी चीज में, उसका वो कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डअप किया जाए, उसके बाद में उस बच्चे को पढ़ने के लिए बैठाया जाए, तो वो बच्चा इंटरेस्टेड होके पढ़ाई से दूर नहीं भागेगा, वो पढ़ेगा, आगे बढ़ेगा. Now, new education framework, the another parts is coming with the school, teacher, and the adult education also. Board examination will be no stakes based upon the knowledge application. So board examination will be list in numbers. List in number मतलब number of the standards in which students have to appear on the board exam will be less, and they are not based. ये नहीं होगा कि who is the inventor of the diesel engine. No, they can ask what is the mechanism of the diesel engine. So remember, when we ask the question, so there are so many questions which can help you to understand the mind of the students also. कि ये mind का level क्या है, इस बच्चे का जो mind है उसका level क्या है, हम सिर्फ question पूछ के बच्चे का mind का level पता लगा सकते हैं. So it is the natural process. So based upon the knowledge application, we will allow the student to appear in the exam. And median of, there was a very beautiful things in this NEP 2020. Medium of the instruction till at least 5, preferably till 8, and below is home language, mother language, regional language. So we are blessed that in the Punjab we have the Punjabi, and this citizen of the Punjab which are residing in almost in the villages, they are much better in their mother language, that is the Punjabi. So students are somehow making the fear to read the English as well as the Hindi. So now they can read the things in Punjabi as well. Or not only the government school, but in the private school also they can read the things in the Punjabi language. So जब पंजाबी language, देखो language कोई भी हो, एक आनी चाहिए आपको, और उसके साथ में आपका मानसिक विकास होना चाहिए. लैंग्वेज आप 10 पढ़ लो और आपको आता कुछ ना हो तो उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. सो पंजाबी लैंग्वेज इज इटसेल्फ इज अ वेरी गुड लैंग्वेज. सो इट इज this NEP 2020 given us another chance to make up, to use the same mother tongue language to build up your career. And another thing that is the most important here is the 360-degree holistic progress card of the child. So they are going to understand how can they make a child's mental healthy as well as the physically healthy. Then tracking student progress for achieving learning outcome. So they will track each and every student learning behavior, who is doing very well. So that's why they established the National Assessment Center also. Parak. Parak is used to appear for some exams. So on the basis of that, they identify कि भाई किस region के बच्चे अच्छा learn कर रहे हैं. NTA is another course that is come up for the different exams. National Professional Standard for the teachers also. They make some standards for the different teachers. Book promotion policies in the digital libraries. Transparent online self-disclosure for public outside, and accountability. Accountability is the most important points when we are implement any policies. So it is the most thing that we require in the transparency. Now, new institutional architectures that we are here. Okay, now this higher education is another point that we have, because all of you are from the higher education. So might be you have some doubts in your minds ki what will happen after 2 years. Okay, I am teaching the Hindi, or I am teaching the English, I am teaching the botany, I am teaching the zoology, chemistry, physics. So what will happen actually if some students, only a few students are taking the botany, and simultaneously they are also taking the history as another subjects? So actually they are going with a new institutional architectures, and it focused on the high quality liberal education. Liberal education means you can't bound the students. The person who is taking the botany must have to take the chemistry as well as the zoology. So you are not aware, you can't say this statement right now. So the person who is taking the botany, he will decide himself कि which is the another subject that they allow to go ahead with the botany. हो सकता है 1-2 साल बच्चे कंफ्यूज रहे, बट फिर धीरे धीरे उनको खुद डिसाइड करना आ जाएगा कि विच सब्जेक्ट इज द बेस्ट वन फॉर मी टू बिल्ड अप माय करियर इन ए पर्टिकुलर एरिया. And creating a conducive learning environment. So because conducive learning environment is something, देखो कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जो सोसाइटी में बहुत फास्ट मूव करती है, जैसे कि लाइफस्टाइल. कुछ लोग एक स्पेसिफिक कलर पहनते हैं तो वो कलर एकदम से मूव करता है, थोड़े दिनों बाद में बहुत से लोग उस कलर के कपड़े पहनने लग जाते हैं. या फिर हाई फाई गाड़ियाँ, कुछ लोग हाई फाई गाड़ी चलाते हैं रोड पे, तो दूसरे के देख के नहीं हो जाते कि इसके पास ये गाड़ी, तो मैं क्यों नहीं गाड़ी. तो इस तरह से वो चीज़ें स्प्रेड होती जाती हैं. ऐसे कुछ यूँ कह लो कि किसी किसी का मेंटल बिहेवियर है, कोई आदमी हंसता है तो वहाँ पे सारे लोग हंसने लग जाते हैं, कोई आदमी नाराज होता है तो वो सबके चेहरे उतर जाते हैं. सो द सेम थिंग, दिस लर्निंग प्रोसेस इज आल्सो ए कंडीशनिंग प्रोसेस. सो इट कैन मूव फ्रॉम वन पर्सन टू द अदर पर्सन. यदि आपके पास में कोई लर्निंग अच्छी लर्नर बैठा है तो आप कुछ ना कुछ सीखना चाहोगे, अपना टाइम खराब नहीं कर पाओगे. इट इज एनर्जाइज्ड, engaged and the capable faculty, so that is the requirements. So all of you must be energized, engaged and the capable faculty. Earlier it was happened कि भाई कॉलेज में है, अपने 3-4 घंटे गए, अपना काम किया, है ना. वैसे we have so many loopholes also in the present current education system regarding the salaries issue, regarding the so many other issues also here, because autonomy is another major points actually. College principal can't do many things which are much better in terms of the implementation without taking permission from the university and some other area also. Empowered governments and the autonomy. So autonomy is the required for each and every college is the most important points here. Engaged. So each and every teacher must have to be engaged in their teaching. Other than the teaching, they must engage in a few other activities actually. And capable faculty means a single faculty members can be able to carry out the responsibility of some other faculty members. So if capable person are the faculty member, then there is a least pressure on the principal itself. And if we have more incapable faculty members in a college, so principal definitely some incapable persons create some stupidity and creates the problem for the principal. So for a good team, capable faculty and a good leaders is also required to do the work in the right direction in the education field. So transformation of the regulatory system. So earlier regulatory system एक लेटर डाल देते हैं और उन्हें पता नहीं होता हमारे पास कितना स्टाफ है, हम कैसे काम करते हैं, है ना, हमें, और एकदम से चिट्ठी आती है उसका जवाब दो. अब जवाब वो ऐसे मांगते हैं, उसको सोचने में टाइम लगता है, एंड वो ऐसे समझते हैं कि वी आर जस्ट लाइक स्लेव ऑफ देम, या वी आर जस्ट लाइक ए नथिंग एग्जिस्टिंग. बट दे फॉरगेट कि दीज आर द पॉइंट्स वेयर स्टूडेंट्स आर getting the degree. So that's the reason that there must be some transformation in the regulatory system in this higher education. So what is the point about it here? So the target up to 2035, it is the 50% gross enrollment ratio. So the government is looking to achieve up to the 50% gross enrollment ratio up to 2035. Holistic and the multidisciplinary education, that is highly flexible of the subject. So now what happened, there is a point actually in this new education policies कि आप 3 साल में भी डिग्री कर सकते हो, 4 साल में भी डिग्री कर सकते हो. आपकी जो MSc है वो 1 साल की भी हो सकती है, 2 साल की भी हो सकती है, और यदि आप BSc और MSc एक साथ करना चाहते हो तो वो इंटीग्रेटेड होगी और 5 साल की होगी. MPhil टू बी डिसकंटिन्यूड. सो अभी जो MPhil कर रहे हैं उनकी तो MPhil है, लेकिन उसके बाद में MPhil नहीं रहेगी. MPhil को ही पूरे इंडिया से साइड में कर देंगे, बिकॉज PhD इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट हेयर. Then there is a point about the credit transfer and the academic bank of the credits. So credit transfer means if someone is, देखो इसमें ना टीचर पे बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर आएगा. जो टीचर अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाता है, बच्चा कहेगा मुझे इसके पास पढ़ना ही नहीं है ना. मैं तो उससे पढ़ूंगा जो मुंबई में वहां पे पढ़ाता है. So students can enroll themselves in that Mumbai online and appear the course and get the credit. और वो क्रेडिट मुंबई से यहाँ पे आपके कॉलेज में ट्रांसफर हो जाएंगे उस बच्चे के अकाउंट में, और उस बच्चे का एक अकाउंट बन जाएगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड द एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ द क्रेडिट्स. रिसेंटली यूजीसी गिव्स द रेगुलेशंस रिगार्डिंग द एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ द क्रेडिट्स आल्सो. तो यदि कोई टीचर अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाता है ना, थोड़े दिन में उसके पास बच्चे नहीं आएंगे, और जो अच्छा पढ़ाएगा उसके पास में बाहर से बच्चे आएंगे. सो उसके बेसिस पे वी can evaluate the teachers also. Higher education institution means research intensive, teaching intensive university and autonomous degree granting college. So now higher education means they are going to make the university, demarcating the university on the basis of the two different criteria. The first is the teaching and second is the research, and it is an autonomous degree granting college. So we are giving too much autonomous you can say rights to the different degree colleges to grant the degree. Abhi you can't grant the degree yourself, you have to take care, you are with some university, and university has the rights to grant the degree to the students. So now in this NEP 2020 they are looking to give the autonomous grants to the colleges to further grant the degree to the city. So in each and every district of our country, the government of India is looking to some model multidisciplinary education in the research university. That is the MERU. That is in the subject. Now, graded autonomy. So autonomy, all of you know very well, is I think ma'am is here. So academic, administrative and the financial. Autonomy is required for any college. Academics means they can start any course. Administrative means they can hire someone who is teaching very well. Financial means they can spend the money according to their needs, urgent needs. Okay, phase out affiliation system in the 15 years. So now everyone is writing in the brackets, affiliated from this university, affiliated from this university college. So this concept will be out within the 15 years. National mission on the mentoring also. So there is a relationship between the mentor and the mentee. So they are going to make it national mission in coming days. Then independent board of the governors. Now you know very well some board members are coming from this direction, from दो लोग वहां से होंगे, दो लोग वहां से होंगे. तो ऐसा नहीं होगा. इंडिपेंडेंट बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स होगा. सिंगल रेगुलेटर्स फॉर द हायर एजुकेशन एक्सक्लूडिंग लीगल्स एंड द मेडिकल्स. तो AICT है आपके पास में, है ना, NETE है, न्यू एजुकेशन, नेशनल टीचर एजुकेशन है, उसके बाद में UGC है. सो दे आर गोइंग टू मर्ज टुगेदर. सो नाउ देयर विल बी ओनली सिंगल रेगुलेटर्स फॉर हायर एजुकेशन इन आवर कंट्री. सिर्फ लीगल को छोड़ दीजिए और मेडिकल को छोड़ दीजिए, है ना, उनको छोड़ के ये होगा. ऑनलाइन सेल्फ डिस्क्लोजर बेस्ड ट्रांसपेरेंट सिस्टम फॉर द अप्रूवल इन प्लेस ऑफ द इंस्पेक्शंस. लोग इंस्पेक्ट करने जाते हैं जैसे इंस्पेक्टर हो, जैसे किसी ने चोरी की हो, डाका डाला हो, है ना. तो ऐसा लगता है कि यार ये एजुकेशन सिस्टम नहीं है सेटअप. Inspection is not a part of any education system. So if I give the self-disclosure based transparent system for approval of any releasing of any fund, approval of any proposal or something like that, common norms for the public and the private higher education. So earlier what happening, by जो public है उसके लिए अलग से rule है, जो private है उसके लिए अलग से rules है. So now that thing will be not mentioned in the NEP 2020. In the NEP 2020 it was mentioned that we must have common rules for both public as well as the private higher education institutions. Then public investment in the education system to reach 6% of the GDP at the earliest. So you know very well our GDP is very low, so that's the reason that we are going with the education sector to reach 6% of the GDP. So this is the target. We don't know how much we will achieve, but this is the target to get maximum 6% of the GDP at the earliest. So major reforms, that is the higher education. So that's the reason that there is a National Research Foundation to grant the research, then internationalization of the education, integration of the vocational teacher and the professional educations, Setting up of the new quality higher education institution has been made easier. Standalone higher education institution and the professional education institution will evolve into the multidisciplinary. अभी वो फोकस हट जाएगा, अभी मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी वर्ड चलेगा, है ना. Special education zone for the disadvantaged region. You know, some regions, some rural part of the Punjab, some rural part of the Rajasthan, and some, you can say, higher altitudes of the Himachal Pradesh and the J&K. So these are the disadvantaged region. So they are looking to set up the special education zone there, ताकि वहाँ पे लोगों के लिए एजुकेशन के सेंटर्स हो, लोग वहाँ पे पढ़े, है ना. नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट्स फॉर सम स्पेसिफिक लैंग्वेजेस लाइक पाली, पार्सियन एंड द प्राकृतिक. These are the few language actually. उसके लिए नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट बनाए जा रहे हैं. And there is a national educational technology forum also that is going to name. And the MHRD to be renamed as a Ministry of Education. So this thing was first of all happened. You know very well, MHRD name is changed now, renamed as a Ministry of Education. So now everything is going on. So rigorous teacher preparation. You know very well about the teacher education. पहले तो ऐसा होता था कि बीएड में एडमिशन ले लो, जेबीटी में एडमिशन ले लो, और आप ऐसे कर लो और कहीं भी अप्लाई कर लो. It will be very difficult right now. It will be very very rigorous teachers preparations, and it will be integrated form along with the BSc. So जो अच्छी BSc करेगा वो बीएड करेगा, उसको फायदा होगा, है ना. It will be 4-year integrated bachelor of the education program, and current 2-year B.Ed program will be continue up to 2030. Up to 2030 it will be finished. B.Ed का अकेला कोई कॉलेज नहीं होगा, वो BSc या BA के साथ होगा. And teacher education will be offered by multidisciplinary institution only. So teacher education ये नहीं होगा कि कोई भी कहीं पे कॉलेज है और वो टीचर एजुकेशन के लिए B.Ed कराएगा. No, that institution must be multidisciplinary. Substandards in the dysfunctional teacher education institute will be shut down. So all the substandards teacher education will be shut down before within the 2030. Professional education, that is the most important for all of us, because it is the thing that will update us for the recent developments in our area of research as well as the education sectors also. So reintegration professional education into higher education, revitalization professional education. Professional education will be an integral part of the overall higher education system. Agriculture education benefit the local community. So they are making some professional education actually. They are introducing in the different colleges. तो कोई बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है आपके पास में यहाँ कोई एग्रीकल्चर का भी कोई लेक्चरर आ जाए. Legal education. So legal is a programs will be restructured, must be globally competitive, adopting best practice and embracing new technology for wider access to the justice and the timely delivery of the justice. You know very well, legal education जो लॉ करते हैं उनको लॉ का पता होता है, वो लॉ को सबसे ज्यादा मिसयूज करते हैं, है ना. हमें पता नहीं है तो हम इन चीजों से दूर भागते हैं. If we read 1 and 2 course during our BA bachelor course and the master course or before during schooling, so they can't make us stupid actually. और वो सबसे ज्यादा बेवकूफ बनाते हैं हमें. तो कम से कम हम बेवकूफ तो नहीं बनेंगे. And if each and everyone know much better about the legal education, so we can take care of the different court cases also. Health education, you know very well. First year health education में what happened actually, भाई जो बच्चे BDS करते हैं वो अलग रास्ते पे चलते हैं, जो नर्सिंग स्टाफ होता है उनका अलग होता है. वो जैसे ही बच्चे जाते हैं ना डिमार्केशन कर देते हैं कि भाई तुझे नर्स करना है, आप बिल्कुल अलग रहोगे, ये BDS वाले अलग रहेंगे, MBBS वाले अलग रहेंगे, है ना. और वो दूर से डिमार्केट हो जाते हैं, उनको ड्रेस भी अलग दे दी जाती है और वो बात भी नहीं करते, एक तरह से गैप बन जाता है. हालांकि इन द डॉक्टर हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम देयर इज नो गैप, बिकॉज यू हैव टू वर्क कोऑर्डिनेटली in a coordinated manners actually. When you are operating on some patients, so it is the nurse who is helping you, anesthesia and the MBBS MS surgeon. So this is a coordinated work actually. कोई एक आदमी काम नहीं करता. So अब क्या होगा in the healthcare education sector में first year will be the same who is taking the lab technician, who is taking the course of the nursing, who is taking the course of the BDS, who is taking the course of the MBBS. The first year will be the common period for all the healthcare education graduates. Technical education, you know very well, some emerging discipline will be more focused, just like the artificial intelligence as well as the big data analysis. So all of you know very well, data is generated everywhere in a very high speeds. So to analyze the data is itself is a very big challenge. So big data analysis will be a very good course in coming days. Now, National Research Foundation, as I told you, so this is a foundation that will take care of the research in our country, and this is the academic research that is of an autonomous body is the 20,000 crores. That is only 0.1% of the GDP. Okay, there will be the four different division. This is the first thing that is proposed in this NEP 2020, and there are the four divisions, that is the science, technology, social sciences, arts and the humanities. तो पहले तो ऐसे ही चलता रहता है भाई दे दो पैसे साइंस करा लो, बट अब they are making the clear cut demarcation. See, we need so much technology, we need to focus on the social sciences subjects also, social sciences as well as the arts and the humanities and the science. The funding agency in all discipline across the academic landscape through a competitive peer review based process. ऐसा ही नहीं है फंडिंग ऐसे मिल जाएगी, एक कंपटीशन होगा आपस में और जो अच्छा परफॉर्म करेगा उसी को मिलेगी. Building research capacity at the academic institution across the country, creating beneficial linkage between the researcher, government and the industries to ensure that most urgent national issues must be researched and the latest research breakthrough are implemented for the public goods. अब कोई कुछ काम कर रहा है, कोई कुछ काम कर रहा है, उसका कोई कोरिलेवेंसी है नहीं, तो ऐसे का करेंगे क्या? हमारे लोग यहाँ कोरोना से मर रहे थे और लोग लगे हुए कि हम साइंस करते हैं. भाई तुम कौन सी साइंस करते हो जब तुम हमारे काम के नहीं हो? तो गवर्नमेंट ने क्वेश्चन पूछा उन लोगों से. तो नाउ you must have to take care of the urgent national issues in your research, recognizing outstanding research for special prizes and the seminars. So जो अच्छा काम करते हैं उनको हमेशा प्राइज और सेमिनार से देना चाहिए ताकि वो रिकॉग्नाइज हो, अप्रिशिएट करो. अदरवाइज साइंस को अपने जबरदस्ती थोड़ी करता है, साइंस तो वही करता है जिसको आती है, अदरवाइज साइंस हर आदमी नहीं कर पाएगा. एंड यूज So there is a drafting of the national skill qualification framework for each and every different disciplines, professions, and it will be scaled up to the enrollment of the 50% of the students. 2030 to 2035 तक 50% लोगों को वोकेशनली एजुकेशन से ट्रेंड करना है. मॉडल फॉर द ऑफरिंग एजुकेशन एंड द apprenticeships by higher education institution, incubation center in higher education institutes in partnership with the industries. So models are offering this with the help of the incubation centers also. Now the adult education is another important point of this NEP 20. Foundation literacy and the numeracy, critical life skills, that is most important because the life is come. जब बच्चा 18 साल का होता है तो उसकी जो बचपन की लाइफ है और जो न्यू लाइफ स्टार्ट है उसमें चेंज आता है. तो उस समय वो क्या होता है हमारी सोसाइटी में, अभी हमें जो पढ़ाया जाता है और जब हम बाहर निकलते हैं पढ़ के तो हमें वो चीज़ें मिलती नहीं है, दिखाई नहीं देती है. बोला जाता है ना कि हमेशा इंसान को सच बोलना चाहिए, है ना, लाइन में अपने संयम बरतना चाहिए, है ना, लाइन में खड़े होके अपने नंबर का इंतजार करना चाहिए. यहाँ कुछ लोग लाइन में खड़े होते हैं, उनका शाम तक नंबर नहीं आता है. So there is a lot of the conflict in the minds and the hearts in the thinking process of a young youth actually. So they are confused which one is the right one actually. वो बोलते हैं कि देखो वो गलत आदमी था तो कितना ऊपर चले गया, है ना, ये अच्छा आदमी है तो यहीं पे पड़ा हुआ है. और फिर they can quote also, they have very good logic to define that person is very successful and this person is the fail. So that's a reason that critical thinking and the life skills are the most important things for the development of the youth of our country. Vocational skills are the another points. Basic education must be for each and everyone and continuing education. So भाई जो पढ़ना चाहता है पढ़ता रहो, है ना. That's why this NEP 2020 is come up with the National Adult Education Tutor Programs also. Now there is another point, that is the Indian knowledge system, languages, culture and the values. So this is the part of this our government actually. Our government is more focused about to exploring the knowledge system of our ancient Indians. जो पहले का हमारा भारत था उसकी नॉलेज सिस्टम को बाहर निकालो, समथिंग लाइक दैट। लैंग्वेजेस, so we have so many languages but many languages are still not documented in the form of a records। cultures, we have diverse culture in our country, है ना। हर आदमी के पास में कुछ ना कुछ होता है जिसका वो घमंड करता है कि मैं पंजाबी हूँ, मैं हरियाणवी हूँ, है ना, मैं पटेल हूँ, मैं गुजराती हूँ, मैं बिहारी हूँ। हर आदमी के पास में कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा है एंड जो जिसपे उसको अपने आप पे गर्व फील होता है। तो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव सो मच डाइवर्सिटी इन आवर कंट्री। Culture and the values, so values are also changed from one place to the another place। Language faculty, you know, we have only Punjabi language in a particular college, but sometime we need some other faculty also, like Hindi, like Sanskrit, like Urdu faculty in the colleges। Research on the languages is almost nil up to today, so more focus is given to the research on the different languages to understand, to collaborate the languages with, to understand the evolution of the different languages, strengthening national institutes for the promotion of classical languages in the literature। Sometimes we are not getting any literature in a particular language, so they are giving the chances actually। Indian Institutes of the Translation and the Interpretation is another important point। Cultural awareness of our Indian knowledge systems। So what happening? We are moving towards the this foreign institutions कि भाई उसने वो किया, उसने ये और किया। लोग आपसे पूछते हैं भाई इंडिया ने क्या किया, हम कहते हैं हमने तो कुछ नहीं किया। नो, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट एक्चुअली। ऐसा नहीं होता है कि हमने कभी कुछ नहीं किया होगा, बट हमें याद नहीं है। हमें याद क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं। हम क्यों नहीं सोचते? क्योंकि हमें ऐसा माहौल ही नहीं मिला, है ना। तो दैट्स व्हाई वी मस्ट अवेयर आवर नॉलेज सिस्टम्स एंड आपको इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम को समझने के लिए अपने पेरेंट्स और ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स से बैठ के बातें करनी पड़ेगी, वो आपको अच्छा बता पाएंगे। देन वी कैन गो अहेड विद द लिटरेचर, प्रमोटिंग ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट्स इन द लोक विद्या। आर्ट्स होती है जो ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट्स हैं उसको प्रमोट करना, हमारे पंजाब में तो काफी ज्यादा है। हायर एजुकेशन इन द स्कूल कॉम्प्लेक्सेस टू हैव द artist in the residence, so they must have residential type of the schools। Now the last point is about this NEP 2020 is that Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog। Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog is another point actually। This is the Ayog commission that will be constituted as an apex body by the Prime Minister। तो Prime Minister इसके चेयरमैन होंगे इस कमीशन के, and Union Minister of the Education shall be the vice chairman with the direct responsibility to day-by-day matters। Ayog we comprises eminent educationists, researcher, union ministers, a representation of the chief ministers of the states, and eminent professionals from the various fields। So it will be the team actually that will take care of the changes in the education each every year। Ayog will work closely with every state to ensure coordination as well as the synergy in terms of the implementation of the NEP 2020। Ayog will be a custodian of the education in the India। So financially education, you know very well, increase in the public investment is the most important mandatory requirement for the education। So in the next 10 years, government of is matter of the student safety, well-being, nutritional sports। इन चीजों के मामले में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करना चाहती। लर्निंग रिसोर्सेज, सी वट एवर द रिसोर्स दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड for the learning process, they must be purchased। Matter of the student safety, so there is no compromise on the safety of the female students as well as the basic facilities for the of the washrooms and other things for the students, and nutritional also। So there will be no shortage of the different nutrition that is required for the students to ensure the equitable high quality education for the underprivileged and the underdepressed groups also। So focus on the smooth, timely and the appropriate flow of the funds and their uses with the probability। Commercialization of the education has been dealt with the policy through multiple relevant fronts, including the light but tight regulatory approaches। So what are the outcomes of the NEP 2020? So this is the universalization from the CEEE to secondary education by 2030, aligning with the SDG 4, attainment foundation learning in the numeracy skill by 2025, 100% GER, gross enrollment rates in the preschool to the secondary education by 2030. Bring back to crores children that were out of the schools right now. Even some many students out of the school due to this corona period also. Teachers to be prepared for the assessment reforms by 2030, inclusive and the equitable education system by 2030. Board exam to test core contest concepts and applications of the knowledge. Every child will come out of the school adept at least one school skill. जो भी बच्चा स्कूल से निकल के आएगा उसमें एक स्किल होगी. कॉमन स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑफ द लर्निंग इन द पब्लिक एंड द प्राइवेट स्कूल्स. सो कॉमन स्टैंडर्ड्स होंगे इन सब के लिए. द टाइमलाइन इज दैट this policy is meant to transform the education system by the 2040. Some proposal will be implemented immediately, some will after some time taking care. So there is 100 action points for these policies, and it will be done in the phase-wise manner based upon the time, region, and the types of the institutions. Until will be washed out from this thing, and the National Testing Agency will take care of all each and every exam by December 2020, which will be used as an admission to all the Institute of the Excellence as well as the Central University. So this is all about the NEP 2020 effect and the effects. But I am feel free to discuss each and everything. We can discuss, and definitely discussion is a part of it. So thanks to each and every faculty members who was here to attend this small concept on the new education policy. This is the campus of my Central University in Gutta near to Batinda, and we have Nilgai. The number of the Nilgai is more than 250. This is the aerial view of our sports complex as well as the residential complex, and this is the our view of the night view of the main building of our Central University of Punjab. Hostel are somewhere. They are the 4 hostel of more than 3,000 capacity here. So I would like to say thanks to each and every participant. So feel free to ask any question regarding the NEP 2020. I am here to clear the doubts of all of you. So yes, sir. Joginder sir.
Thanks, Dr. Vinay Yadav. Dr. Vinay Yadav has very elaborately discussed the history of national education policies in India, and particularly the new education policy launched in the year 2020. It really aims at the achievement of an inclusive education, experimental learning, and for synchronization of education with the real life conditions. So, if implemented honestly, it can make India really a hub of skilled manpower in the world. Now, the house is open for discussion, so I will request the honorable participants to have a discussion with our source person.
Yes, sir. State to each and every participant that in this coming 3 and 4 years will be very difficult for all of us, because the education is more changing, transforming very fast actually. So it will be multidisciplinary, each and every college. So let we decide if we would like to go ahead with this teaching college or the research college. If we would like to go with the teaching college, so we must have multidisciplinary teaching here. We must have multidisciplinary teachers here. We must have enough number of the courses that can attract the students to our college. If we don't have these points, so definitely we can lose the students in a particular college, because there is a mobile actually. The technology is moving very fast. बच्चों को एक बार ये पता चल जाए कि ये कोर्स अच्छा है वहाँ पे और सारे बच्चे वो ले रहे हैं, तो हमारे पास कोई नहीं आएगा, वहीं पे जाएंगे सारे. तो फिर एकदम you have to advertise yourself, your faculty very vigorously, so and publicly in nearby area, so that students of the nearby area, they must know that this college has multidisciplinary faculties and they are capable teachers actually. So this message must go each and every corner of your Sangru district at least. Yes, sir. Yes, Joginder sir.
Anji, respected participants, please have a discussion. Because the topic is concerned with all of us.
and this online teaching is the most important thing, so it would be better if you come up on this online teaching and make some MOOCs, involve yourself in the UGC. Otherwise, because these MOOCs and some other things definitely will pay some handsome money also, and it will help you to popularize and to recognize out of your college also. Remember, जो सैलरी का पैकेज है वो तो इतना ही रहेगा, है ना, इससे ज्यादा तो आप कैसे करोगे। तो इसलिए अच्छा है कि आपको वहां से बाहर निकल के और भी ज्यादा काम करना पड़ेगा कॉलेज के लिए और अपने प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट के लिए। एंड प्लीज बी अपडेट, participate in the proper orientation as well as the orientation courses, and please update with the latest development in your subjects. Otherwise, definitely you will be out within the 1 and the 2 years, and after that it will be difficult for all of you to make the re-entry in the new education policies with new energy. Yes, sir. Joginder sir. सर आप ही पूछ लीजिए कुछ।
Yes, sir. Actually, there was a saying in previous day that publish or perish, but now update or perish. We have to update ourselves or to perish. So there is no other option. We have to update ourselves not only with our subject but also with the changing techniques, especially IT tools. So all the staff members are concerned with this topic and the whole of new education policy. So I will invite all the participants to share their views or have any questions to our expert.
जहाँ तक मुझे पता है आप लोगों के पास फ्रीडम नहीं है कुरिकुलम को रिवाइज करने की, है ना, पेडोलॉजी को रिवाइज करने की, बट आपके पास में एक फ्रीडम है कि आप जब क्लास में पढ़ाते हो तो वो कुछ इस तरह से पढ़ाओ कि बच्चे आपकी तरफ चले आए। और जब बच्चों को एक बार ये हो जाए कि दिस टीचर हैज वेरी गुड कंटेंट, सो टीचर हैज 4 डिफरेंट मेजर कंपोनेंट्स, तो सब्जेक्ट मैटर इज वन ऑफ देम। If you have your subject in your hand, so you can easily teach the students. If you don't have the subject in your hand, then it will be difficult to you justify your teaching even in the classroom. So subject पे subject content होना बहुत जरूरी है आप लोगों के लिए। और दूसरा उससे भी ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है एंगेज होना बच्चों के साथ में कंटिन्यूसली। और एंगेज होने के लिए देखो, स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट द स्टूडेंट्स एक्चुअली, दे आर द ह्यूमन बीइंग, दे हैव द डिफरेंट ब्रेन्स। कुछ बच्चे तो आते हैं बिल्कुल गरीब फैमिली से, है ना, कुछ हाई फाई फैमिली से आते हैं टाइम पास करने, तो सबके ड्रीम्स अलग होते हैं, सबकी ब्रेन्स अलग होती हैं, और हम उन सबको एक ही तराजू में तोलते हैं। तो दैट इज अ रॉन्ग थिंग। इफ सम स्टूडेंट हैज अर्न और लर्न समथिंग एंड इफ वो किसी तरह से नहीं पढ़ पाया तो बी फ्लेक्सिबल, give some extra time, and always please try to push those students up to a limits। जो बच्चा सपने लेके आ रहा है आपके पास में, उसके सपने मत तोड़ने दीजिए, क्योंकि जो भी बच्चा आपके पास आ रहा है उसकी एक लिमिट तक हेल्प कीजिए आप, क्योंकि आप हेल्प नहीं करोगे तो उसकी हेल्प करेगा कौन, है ना। आप जब 100 बच्चों को पुश करोगे तो उसमें से 10 बच्चे भी कैरियर बना लेते हैं, तो इट इज गुड फॉर यू आल्सो। एंड रिमेंबर, एक बार जो हमारा इंप्रेशन बन जाता है स्टूडेंट्स के सामने, वो हमेशा वैसा ही रहता है। स्टूडेंट्स में एक बार इंप्रेशन हो गया कि ये मैडम बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाती है, ये टीचर बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं, तो हमेशा यही रहेगा बच्चों में कि ये टीचर बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि वो अगले जब जूनियर्स आते हैं तो उनको बता के जाते हैं कि ये टीचर अच्छा है, ये गंदा है। और एक बार यदि उनके दिमाग में ये बैठ गया कि ये टीचर गंदा है और इसको तो कुछ नहीं आता है, तो वो परमानेंट हो गया टैग, उससे मिटना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा। और फिर टीचर क्या करते हैं, फिर छोड़ के भाग लेते हैं, टीचिंग छोड़ के दूसरे काम शुरू कर देते हैं। So please be focused and be professional during your teaching. Subject is the most important things. Commitment and the engagement along with the subject in the other activities of your college to show that you are a responsible academician, not only with your job but also with your organization as well as your society is the utmost requirement of any teacher actually। तो आप सिर्फ ये मत सोचिए कि आप क्लास में भी टीचर हैं, क्लास के बाहर भी टीचर हैं, आप यूनिवर्सिटी टीचर हैं, और आप उतने ही स्टेक होल्डर्स हो सोसाइटी के जितने स्टेक होल्डर ये पॉलिटिशियन हैं। तो आप को उस हिसाब से सोच के दूसरों की हेल्प करते हुए आगे बढ़ना है। अब देखो ना कि जब माइग्रेशन हुआ, लोग गए कोरोना में, तो गवर्नमेंट तो अंदर घुस गई थी, है ना, गवर्नमेंट ने अपने लोगों को भी अंदर घुसा दिया था पॉलिटिशियनों ने। तो अब उनकी हेल्प करने के लिए कौन आया? तो हम जो लोग हैं, हमारी पढ़ाई का कोई फायदा नहीं है जब हम उन लोगों की हेल्प ना करें जिनके रिसोर्सेज पे हम यहाँ तक पहुंचे। जिस घर में हम बैठे वो किसी ने तो बनाया होगा, तो हमने पैसे तो दिए हैं, बट वो बनाया तो है ना, तो उसके तो एफर्ट्स लगे हैं। जब उन लोगों के एफर्ट्स से हम इतने आलीशान घरों में बैठते हैं, तो क्या हम अपने एफर्ट्स से उनके बच्चों का कैरियर नहीं बना सकते? वी मस्ट हैव दिस फीलिंग इन आवर माइंड्स एक्चुअली ऑलवेज। और यदि हम दूसरों का कैरियर नहीं बनाएंगे ना सर, तो हमारे बच्चे बर्बाद होंगे। आपके बच्चे मतलब मेरे बच्चे, यदि मैं दूसरों का कैरियर नहीं बनाऊंगा तो। सो प्लीज ऑलवेज थिंक अबाउट योर किड्स। योर किड्स विल बी ओनली सक्सीड इन योर लाइफ, इन देयर लाइफ, इफ यू आर मेकिंग द कैरियर ऑफ सम अदर स्टूडेंट्स। And if you are making the career of some other students, so you feel relaxed really कि आपके बच्चे भी अच्छा कैरियर बना सकते हैं और बनाएंगे, चाहे वो इंडिया में बनाए चाहे इंडिया से बाहर बनाए। So please think about it. This is the most मतलब just like a positive points from my good words in this way। ठीक है, मुझे बोला था कि यदि विनय अच्छा पढ़ाएगा लाइफ में, तो आपके बच्चे, तेरे बच्चे बर्बाद हो जाएंगे नहीं तो मुझे अपने बच्चे दिखते हैं, इसलिए मैं पढ़ाता हूँ बच्चों को। यस यस सर।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਡੀਅਰ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟਸ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਬੋਲ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵੀ ਸਮਝ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵੀ
ਸਮਝ ਲੂੰਗਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ।
ਇਸ ਲਈ ਕੋਈ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਲਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜਿਸ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਸਾਨ ਲੱਗਦਾ, ਕੰਫਰਟੇਬਲ ਲੱਗਦਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਜਿਸ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਫਰਟੇਬਲ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਉਸ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੁਇਰੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਂਡਲ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਇਸ ਲਈ ਕੋਈ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ।
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਅੜਕਣ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਆ, ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੈਜੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮਦਰ ਟੰਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੀ। ਇਸ ਲਈ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਸਰ
ओके सर, हाँ जी बोलिए लवनजीत मैम।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਰ। ਸਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ 2020 ਆ, ਇਹਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਬੀਐਡ ਕਾਲਜ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਇਨ ਫਿਊਚਰ।
यस मैम, एक सेकंड मैं बच्चे को बोल देता हूँ।
ਫੈਕਲਟੀ ਐਡਜਸਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ? ਓਕੇ
एक सेकंड। हाँ भैया, मैं डॉक्टर विनय बोल रहा हूँ, इनको भेज दीजिए अंदर। ये गाड़ी के कुछ कागज लेके आए मेरे लिए प्लीज, है ना। इनको एकेडमिक ब्लॉक में 417 नंबर लैब में प्लीज। ओके थैंक यू, धन्यवाद भैया। यस मैम प्लीज, सॉरी फॉर दिस थिंग। या मैम
ਇਟਸ ਓਕੇ ਸਰ। ਸਰ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਹਿਣ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਵੀ ਬੀਐਡ ਕਾਲਜ ਬੰਦ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਮਤਲਬ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਾਲਜ ਨੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਬੀਐਡ ਉਧਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗੀ, ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਫੈਕਲਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਜਸਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ?
ये अभी क्या हुआ है कि ये पॉलिसीज में लिखा हुआ है, अभी खत्म, अभी बंद नहीं हो रहे बीएड कॉलेजेस। ऐसे तो बंद होंगे कैसे, वो भी तो लोग अपने एम्प्लॉयमेंट है। लेकिन 2030 तक धीरे धीरे जो बीएड डिग्री है, जो स्टैंड अलोन डिग्री है 2 साल की, उसको रोकेंगे ये। तो उसके बदले में क्या करेंगे, ये आपको बीएससी बीएड या बीए बीएड की डिग्री देंगे, है ना। तो कॉलेजेस खत्म नहीं होंगे, दोज कॉलेजेस कैन रन द बीए बीएससी बीएड कॉलेज डिग्रीज। तो जो अच्छा कॉलेज करेगा वो चल पड़ेगा। यदि ये मैंने वर्ड बोला है तो मैं माफी चाहूंगा, क्योंकि कई बार मैं इतना एक्सपर्ट तो नहीं, आप लोगों से भी उम्र में छोटा हूँ। बट कॉलेज बंद नहीं होगा, ये जो कोर्स है, इस कोर्स की डेफिनेशन और इसका जो टाइम पीरियड है वो चेंज हो जाएगा। भाई अब बीएड 2 साल पहले 1 साल की थी, अब 2 साल की होगी। अब लगा कि 2 साल बताओ बीएड कराओगे तो कैसे करेंगे, इसको बीएससी के साथ परमानेंट इंटीग्रेट कर देते हैं बीएससी के साथ में, तो वो 4 साल का हो जाएगा। अब जो भी ग्रेजुएशन होगी मैम, वो 4 साल की होगी, एक होगी 3 साल की। तो एक ही ग्रेजुएशन 2 होगी, एक 3 साल की, एक 4 साल की। जो 3 साल की होगी उसके बाद में बच्चा किसी भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में बैठ सकता है। उसको भाई एनडीए की तैयारी करनी है, उसको सिविल की तैयारी करनी है, वो इलिजिबल है। बट जो 4 साल की बीएससी बीएड करे, बीएससी करेगा, 4 साल की बीए करेगा, वो जब कॉलेज में लेगा हायर एजुकेशन में एडमिशन, तो वो 1 साल में एमएससी कर लेगा, उसको 2 साल एमएससी करने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो 1 साल में एमएससी करेगा। अब जो बच्चा उधर से 3 साल की बीएससी करके आएगा, उसने कंपटीशन के लिए वो गया और वहां पे उसको फील हुआ कि नहीं मुझे तो दोबारा पढ़ना है ना,
जी
वो जब वो दोबारा आएगा उसको 2 साल लगेंगे।
ओके
ये एक बहुत बड़ा चेंज आएगा कॉलेजेस में। आपके पास में 2 तरह के कोर्सेज एक साथ चलेंगे, 3 साल के 4 साल के, है
जी
ना। तो अब मास्टर लेवल पे भी 2 ही चलेंगे, 3 साल के 4 साल के। 3 साल वालों में आपने टीचिंग पे ध्यान देना है और जो 4 साल का कोर्स होगा उसमें आपने उसको रिसर्च भी सिखानी है,
ओके
उसको थोड़ा सा मतलब मैच्योर करना है मास्टर
जी।
लेवल के बराबर का। अब जब वो हमारे पास आएगा तो अब हम उसको देखेंगे 2 अलग अलग तरह के एडमिशन होंगे, 3 ईयर 1 ईयर प्रोग्राम मास्टर और 2 ईयर मास्टर प्रोग्राम। 1 ईयर में हम उससे सिर्फ रिसर्च कराएंगे और 2 ईयर्स में 1 साल हम उसको पढ़ाएंगे, 1 साल वो रिसर्च करेगा। तो इस तरह से हर बच्चे के हिसाब से हर टीचर को एडजस्ट होना पड़ेगा। पहले तो होता था ना कि भाई सारे बराबर एक एग्जाम ले, इस कोर्स इंटीग्रेट हो जाएगा। अब देखो ना 4 साल में रिसर्च हो रही है,
जी
4 साल में जैसे कि मैंने रिसर्च करनी है, मैंने 4 साल लगाए बीएससी
जी सर
और किसी ने 3 साल लगाए। अब मैडम किसी ने सोचा कि मुझे तो बीएड, मुझे तो एजुकेशन में जाना है,
जी
तो वो जो 4 साल है उसमें 1 साल वो एजुकेशन का लगाएगा, तो
ओके
उसकी बीएड होगी,
जी
उसको दो करने की जरूरत नहीं है, फिर वो मास्टर डिग्री कर सकता है इन एजुकेशन समथिंग लाइक दैट। तो इस तरह से आप समझिए इन बातों को, ठीक है मैम।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
Hello,
हाँ जी रमन जी। हाँ
sir, myself Raman Kumar,
हाँ जी।
and I'm assistant professor in psychology in Carl Degree College, Mastuana. I have one question. Is the scrapping of MPhil under the new education policy of India a good decision?
नहीं, इसकी ना कोई इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं बचती है एक्चुअली, डिसीजन का तो पता नहीं मुझे, बट अब मुझे इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं लग रही। देखिए ना आपने यहाँ से बीएससी की है ना, एमएससी की, एमएससी, अब ये क्या करेंगे, इंटीग्रेटेड पीएचडी चलाएंगे। जो बच्चा 4 साल की वहां से बीएससी करके आया है, ऑनर्स बीएससी, वो 1 साल में तो एमएससी कर लेगा और 3 साल में पीएचडी, उसको 4 साल में हम पीएचडी की डिग्री दे रहे हैं, तो एमफिल का तो कहीं बचता ही नहीं है एक्चुअली। और फिर वैसे भी कॉलेजेस में आप देखो, आप अभी यूजीसी का रूल आया था कि 2021 से हम कॉलेज कैडर में जो भी टीचर लगाएंगे उनके लिए पीएचडी कंपलसरी होगा, आगे रिक्रूट करेंगे। तो पीएचडी तो एक इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है और हायर एजुकेशन की अटमोस्ट डिग्री है। तो एमफिल को साइड में रखते हुए वो कह रहे हैं कि हम एमफिल में जो कराते हैं वो मास्टर डिग्री में कराएंगे ना। जब मुझे 1 साल की डिग्री करानी है मास्टर डिग्री और उसमें मुझे रिसर्च करानी है, तो मैं एमफिल का काम तो उसी में कर लूंगा। तो एमफिल की इम्पोर्टेंस कहाँ पड़ती है?
Yes, but research aptitude is completely different from teaching aptitude.
नहीं, जब एमएससी में बच्चा
Just PhD is for maybe PhD degree holder good researcher, but we cannot say that he or she will be a good teacher also, because research aptitude and teaching aptitude both are completely different. We don't have a degree like B.Ed for colleges and for universities. कि एक टीचर जो है वो स्टूडेंट के लेवल तक जाके वो कंसेप्ट क्लियर कर सके, क्योंकि एक टीचर का काम है कि वो डिफिकल्ट से डिफिकल्ट कंसेप्ट को समझ के और उसको इतना इजी कर दे कि वो स्टूडेंट के लेवल के तक जाके वो उसके दिमाग में डाले। आप भी यूनिवर्सिटी में स्टूडेंट रहे होंगे, हम भी रहे हैं और चलो अभी टीचर भी है, तो हमने देखी है ये बातें और अभी भी देख रहे हैं। तो इसका क्या इस न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में सॉल्यूशन क्या है? और अभी जैसे प्राइवेट सेक्टर बढ़ रहा है और पीएचडी डिग्री हर यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफर कर रही है कि आप लो पीएचडी लो, और तो फिर यूजीसी नेट भी जो है बड़ा सिंपल कर दिया गया। उसमें जो बड़ा जो पेपर था पहले, जो तीसरा पेपर था जिसमें एक कंप्रीहेंसिव असेस करने के क्वेश्चंस थे, क्योंकि जो अच्छा टीचर है वो अगर अपने 400 शब्दों को चार सेंटेंसेस में जो है समझा सके बच्चों को, और चार शब्दों को जो 400 शब्दों में कर सके, वही अच्छा टीचर होगा। तो अभी जो यूजीसी नेट में जो तीनों पेपर जो है ऑब्जेक्टिव कर दिए गए, तो उससे तो टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड कहाँ तक मुझे लगता है असेस होगा। और पीएचडी कंपल्सरी कर दी गई है, ठीक है, अच्छी बात है, बट टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड पे तो क्वेश्चन मार्क वहीं खड़ा है। तो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी की जो है, ये टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड की प्रॉब्लम को कहाँ सॉल्व करती?
Yeah, exactly. I agreed with your points, Dr. Professor, and I would like to appreciate that at least you divert our attention towards very important points. That is the teaching aptitude as well as the research aptitudes. Okay, let me explain the things. So, PhD is a research aptitudes. Yes, definitely, and it is an important part of any research institution as well as the innovation and as well as the training purposes of our country. You know? But on the other hand, we require good teacher for the teaching. That's why this NEP 2020 includes 2 points. The first point is that we are going to make some universities, multidisciplinary universities for the research purposes. On the other hand, we are going with the teaching universities. So this NEP 2020 at least know that teaching is something different from the research. This is the one point that I got from this NEP 2020. And the second point is that this research is important, this PhD is important, because if we don't have the teacher who is the PhD, then how can they teach the research in the colleges, in the honors, in the BSc honors, that will be the 4 year in coming days and 3 years for another students. So 1 year you have to include some courses which are research oriented. So you need some teacher, at least they can teach the student and they can give their critical research knowledge to the students. And basically, you know very well, this UGC and even this associateship earlier, to become an associate, it was very difficult actually. They require you have to complete some PhD degree, thesis submission or something like that. Now it is also dissolved. Now after 8 years, if you have very good research experience, so you can be promoted as associate professor in the university. So now things are some looser. कि भाई आपने बनाने तो हैं ही सारे प्रोफेसर, है ना, सारे एसोसिएट, इनको बना दो पहले ही, कम से कम पढ़ा तो लेंगे, इनको फ्रस्ट्रेट क्यों करना है टीचर को? ये टीचर फ्रस्ट्रेट रहेंगे फिर बच्चों को नहीं पढ़ाएंगे नहीं, और जब नहीं पढ़ाएंगे तो फिर भूल जाओ आपकी एजुकेशन हो पाएगी. सो दैट्स व्हाई this government of India is thinking that at least we give some autonomy, we make the things relax but transparent, not tight but very transparent and more tight regulatory. सो ट्रांसपेरेंट में ये है कि भाई आप रिलैक्स करो रूल्स, आपको ज़्यादा, हमें क्या है, यदि टीचर अच्छा है तो उसको प्रमोट करेंगे, तो उस तरह के रूल चल रहे हैं. और ये टीचिंग और रिसर्च एप्टीट्यूड भी यहाँ पे कई बार निकल के आया है पॉइंट्स. और मैं तो यही कहूँगा कि टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड्स, इफ़ यू आर ए गुड रिसर्चर एंड इफ़ यू आर ए गुड ह्यूमन, सो यू डोंट need to become a good teacher and good researcher. You are yourself is a good one who can teach anyone. तो ऐसा तो है नहीं कि अच्छे टीचर होते हैं उन्हीं को टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड आता है, रिसर्चर एप्टीट्यूड आता है. जो अच्छा गुरु है उसको सब कुछ कैसे आ जाता है? तो ये चीजें तो सोचने की बातें हैं, बट डेफिनेटली वी हैव टू थिंक अबाउट, एंड दिस क्वेश्चन इज समथिंग दैट इज हाईली रिलेवेंट विद आवर NEP 2020. यस, थैंक यू जेंटलमैन. यस, जोगिंदर सर.
Yes, sir. I hope that today's webinar will remain a fruitful event for all the participants. Now I will request our Honorable Principal Dr. Amdeep Kaurji to present a vote of thanks in favor of our resource person Dr. Vinay Yadav. Principal Madam Dr. Amdeep Kaurji.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
हाँ जी, वेलकम सर, वेलकम डॉक्टर यादव.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
So actually there are lots and lots of aspects in our diverse country.
Yeah.
Having very diverse languages and culture, and unemployment is there. Different categories of teachers are there, and there are so many issues. So welcome, sir. You work at Central University Bathinda.
Yeah.
And your research is on transgenic plants, and we can see your lab, science lab, in the back view.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah. but you speak very perfectly on various issues of education. So also you got a award of excellence from AU CBT for your work in PhD.
Yeah, ma'am.
So good, nice to know that. And welcome to the land of this holy land of Mastuana Sahib. You joined all of us online, hoping to see you offline soon.
Yeah, of
Sir
course.
Sanat Singh Ji Maharaj, who was a social and a religious leader, established this college in 1920.
Oh, so old, ma'am.
So ours is 100-year old institute. So he always insisted on education blended with lofty principles of higher values in life. We here are trying our best to take that vision ahead. And so I welcome you and thank you that you communicated with our teaching fraternity there. As we all belong to education and research and know that education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, and education is necessary for developing an equitable and just society. And we all know that the world is undergoing rapid changes. You also were talking about the developmental changes in our country and in our education system. And we are changing very fast in the creation of knowledge and in the dissemination of knowledge. So National Policy on Education 2020 is the new policy of 21st century and aims to address many growing imperatives in our country. So you discussed that starting from changing the name of the Ministry of Human Resources. Earlier we used to say Ministry of Human Resources Development. Now it is Ministry of Education. So many other changes, especially the decentralization of the education system, have been announced in the policy. And you also discussed curriculum content will be reduced and inquiry-based, analysis-based learning will be promoted. So various vocational courses will be introduced. So let us hope that the culture of coaching institutes, the medical coaching for this medical, non-medical classes and these IELTS institutes, that will be eliminated. We hope that this culture will be eliminated and we will get a fresh lease of life. So you beautifully explained all the pros and cons of this policy. Thank you, sir. Hoping to see you in our college soon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.